Take.
Hi, my name is Kathy Fowler, and I'm a reporter with the Chicago Tribune, and I'm here today to interview Alphonse Capone. He's a prisoner at the infamous Alcatraz Penitentiary. I wanted to start, Mr. Capone, by asking you a few questions about your personal life. What was your childhood like?
Well, I was born in Brooklyn in 1899. I had 7 siblings growing up, 7 brothers and sisters. By age 14, I actually got expelled from public school, so I just decided to get a job.
Money was tight.
I got several jobs actually during that time, and that's how I was introduced to Johnny Torrio, who was the leader of the Chicago outfit, and he was sort of my mentor growing up. So.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your parents.
My father was a barber from Naples, Italy, and my mother was a seamstress from Salerno. And they moved to the United States together in 1893, and they just decided to stay in New York.
Were they strict?
Yeah, a little bit.
When did you move to Chicago?
I moved to Chicago in 1918, actually. I left my wife and son in Brooklyn, and I bought a house in Chicago in 1923, and that's when they moved out with me. They moved to Chicago.
How did you end up in charge of the Chicago outfit?
Well, my mentor, John Torrio, he almost died in an assassination attempt by some rival gangsters, so that shook him up pretty bad, so he just decided to leave the country and go to Italy, and he left me in charge of the gang.
Okay, and what sort of activities were you involved in?
Our biggest activity was probably the sale of liquor, which is illegal, and we were also involved in activities such as gambling and prostitution.
How much money was your gang pulling in at that time?
In the late 1920s, we were pulling in around $100 million a year total.
Goodness. Who were your worst rivals in those years?
Back then, probably Jaime Weiss and Bugs Moran, both members of the North Side gang, were my biggest competition.
Okay, and how did you end up here in Alcatraz?
1931, this dick from the Bureau of Prohibition named Elliot Ness charged me with income tax evasion because they couldn't pin anything else on me, so I was charged guilty, and I went to the Atlanta U.S. Penitentiary, and a year later I was transferred here to Alcatraz.
Okay, so in light of all you've told me here today, would you do anything different, and do you have any regrets, Mr. Capone?
Would I do it all again? Yes. I don't really have any regrets. It was...
Wouldn't change a thing?
Nope, it was good. I'd probably try to avoid getting arrested again and going to jail, but I liked what I did.
Well, thank you, Mr. Capone. Thank you for your time.
No problem.